Okay, how
Uh,
are you?
Fine, you. I'm very happy to talk with you today.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm from Chile, and I want to ask you a few questions about this new record that's coming out and a few things of the band. Um,
Okay.
for, for instance, this year marks the 30-year anniversary of since you guys formed the band. And how do you feel about that? It's a big achievement. That
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like we're very lucky because not too many bands are able to last that long. And so I don't know, I can't explain why we lasted that long, but to me, it's, you know, I never thought we should stop. I always thought now it's like an important part of my life, and I don't know what else,
mm,
I would do if I mean, I'm sure I could figure something out, but it's an important part of my life, the band. So I think for Ame and Kazuo as well.
sure, sure it does. Did you ever think you guys will last for that long?
I never thought about it, to be honest. Time has gone by so fast. And if I think about all that we did, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. It seems like, we make a record, we go on tour, life goes on, and then we do another one and we go on tour. And um, I mean, it's been hard, it's been great, it's been everything, that you can imagine. But um, if you tell me we've been together for 30 years, I tell you, really?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I think.
Yeah. I don't keep track, like I didn't know, but yeah, supposedly we have been.
Sure. You just let time just go fly, just flow.
Yeah.
So yeah, and talking about this great amount of time, if we listen to your debut album and now we listen to these new singles of your newest record, and it is clearly that your music is evolving. So, but now I'm interested in how would you describe your music right now?
uh, well, I think it's come to a natural place. I think the record feels like it's very honest. It's very much what we're doing. It's very much what we're feeling at the moment. So um, I think there's definitely every record sets like a time frame, and there are records like Penny Sparkle who are very very strange in a way for us, but also it's good to take a chance and not do always the same thing. And we always try to do something different. This feels like the right record for now. You
Yeah,
know, the songs are really I really like the songs. I can't wait to play them live. We're learning them now
cool.
because you record and then you learn the songs,
Mhm.
how to play them. And yeah, so it's good to have so many records because the show you can choose a lot of different songs from that, and you don't have to play the same thing every night.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
fun. Yeah.
sure. And yeah, it's been 7 years since you are releasing a new album. So, what have you guys been doing this whole time, and took like take like a whole break. I mean, like of not releasing music.
Well, we did release the EP 3 o'clock, right? And that was the last thing we released, and that took some work. You know, I know it's a small record, and it's just 4 songs, but still, there was a lot of work behind that record as well. So since then, it's been a little bit of a strange period because, you know, Kazu decided to do a solo record. And then I became a dad, a father, you know. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And then, you know, it's also like we've been playing shows and we weren't quite ready to write new music yet. But, you know, we had a lot of people that were thinking about us, saying, come on, let's make another record. Let's get it going. And then, you know, Amedeo started writing before anyone else. You know, he started getting ideas and just recording a lot of different ideas, just putting down things very simply without too much stress, because we didn't have a time, we didn't have a, you know, a goal yet of what we wanted to do. And then Kazu was finishing up her project, doing some shows, and then we were supposed to go on tour with Tool. And Kazu came from Italy. She was living in Italy at the moment. She came, and and she got stuck here because Italy shut down completely, and the tour with Tool got cancelled because of everything, because of COVID. So at that point, we were all here, you know, and we rented a house in the country, and Kazu went and started recording some things. You know, because it was so hard to travel because of COVID, sometimes I could go, sometimes I couldn't go, but we started, you know, we started recording, and I was recording some stuff at home, and sending each other a lot of different parts and ideas and stuff. And then, you know, and then it just happened, you know. So COVID sort of made it happen, because in a way, because it forced us to be in one place all together, I feel like. Otherwise, Kazu was in Italy and she didn't want to come back, you know, she wanted to stay there, I think. She liked it there. So, but yeah.
Something, I guess, COVID made it happen. So I guess that was a good thing, I guess, for you guys to reunite and record a record.
Yeah.
And so do you usually listen to music while you record? Where do you take your ideas from? And speaking of music, like other bands or artists?
Myself, I listen to a lot of music, and you know, a lot of ideas for the rhythmic part, the drum part, would come from things that I would listen to, but also from working with Ama and Kazu together, figuring out what should the song feel like, what do we want to have, where do we want the song to be, you know, how does it, is it slow, is it fast? So it was we're working together, and then I would figure out what fit.
I saw that Kazu really likes the classical music. I saw that from your video on What's in My Bag on Amoeba, and I was wondering if you take like these classical music parts and put that into your music. Like for me, it's like I don't know if that happens.
There's definitely a lot of inspiration from classical music. Classical music has been part of our life since we were in Italy, because we have musicians in the family that were all classically trained, so we would listen to a lot of classical music at home. And also, it's very rich in harmonies and melodies. It's very complex, and I think we're very much attracted to some of the complexity that classical music has, and the way it moves and the way it flows.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of rebellion things and other influences. Like for this record, I was listening to a lot of Brazilian music, and so I think Ame really wanted to have a record that sounded as good as those records sound. Some of the the 70s, Los Borges and Milton, and
Sure. Yeah.
So that. Say that what?
No, you go. Sorry.
So it was more about how do we orchestrate this so that everything has a place and has a good place, but it doesn't sound polished, or it doesn't sound very crisp, but it sounds more raw and more real. So I think that was the main idea of where to go with this record, like as far as sound and recording.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, the title of the album, "Sit Down for Dinner," it's like very familiar to me. Like when I heard that, it always reminds me like my family calling me for go to dinner. Hey, let's go to the table and have a dinner and talk and all that and all the stuff. So I find it like really like comfortable and good. But I wanted to know from your perspective, what is it about?
What is it about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Kazu got the title from a book that she was reading, and the story is a little sad and dark because the person is eating and they die while they're eating.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was and I think "Sit Down for Dinner" is basically taken from that book, the lyrics. And but I felt the same way you felt, because traditionally, when I heard the title, I related to it in a really nice way, because I'm the same as, dinner was always super important, and it still is, and it's a moment when everybody's like together, and and you get to enjoy something great together. And I love to cook. I love food. So I think also in South America, there's a strong culture of culinary culture. Mexico, Chile, and I know.
Yeah, in Chile. Yeah, Chile, Ecuador, Peru. The food is really like important there.
Yeah. So I think the idea of the title and relating to it in that way is totally acceptable, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to relate to things in a different way. But I'm very much on your page.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't see that coming from like the background of the of the title, but good to know. So yeah, Simon, finishing with my last question, and I wanted to know if you could have your last dinner of your life, what would you eat?
Oh, I would probably eat some type of Sicilian recipe, maybe like mixed fried fish with caponata and a mix of like something that I love, which is like this fried mix shrimp and calamari and and octopus and little fish, you know, that you squeeze lemon on top.
Oh,
And then
great.
yeah, and we got it in Italy a lot. I'm sure you guys have it too, but
We have
we call
something
it,
like similar. Yeah.
yeah,
But
we call it fritto misto.
how was that?
Fritto misto.
Freedom is okay. I never heard of that, but I will look it right after this interview.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I love is my grandma used to cook so well, and you know, she would make this great eggplant dish that was called caponata, and that plus the fish plus, you know, some wine would be really really
Oh.
a good yeah. But you know,
Yeah, great choice, Simon. Yeah. Thank you so much for talking to me, and I hope one day we can see you guys in Chile again. Since
yeah, I really hope we come. I really hope.
yeah, we will be there. So Simon, thank you so much again, and have a happy release day of your newest record. I'm really
Okay, how are you?
fine. You, I'm very happy to talk with you.
Your hand grown to his body.